welcome back to my channel. Well, I have a real treat for you today. Arteza sent me some of their markers to review, and I think you're really going to like these. I've had them out just a little bit and played with them a small amount, and I'm going to do a swatch and review on their Arteza 60 Everblend Art Markers, and it has a 72 slot marker case that it comes with. Now, I will have in the description box below a 10% off coupon that you can use, and I should have an affiliate link in the description box, which just means I get a very small commission on anything that I sell, but I'm still going to be 100% honest with you about how I feel about any of their products. Now, this has, it's double-ended, and it has the chisel tip, the fine tip, and they are going to come out with replaceable tips, so that is really good, and some other information. But first, let's just take a look at the case. I love how it is. Let me take this off. It is a really nice case. It has this carrying handle, and it has this nice padded strap in case you want to do that with it. And you can see how it looks. And then on the back here, it even has a zipper area where you can put maybe an eraser down in here, a small color wheel, anything like that you want to put in there. And then on this, it has like some swatches of the colors, which I think is nice. I'll probably, I don't know, I may cut this off and put this down in there. But then if you open this up, I love this. You just snap right here on the front. You open it up, and it's Velcro, and it contains all of your markers. So they all stand up like this. But what's really nice is both sides have a Velcro to them, which allows the case then to open up and display all your markers, and they will stand up. And then here are the additional slots. Now, when I first got this, I thought, I wonder if they're going to make extra markers, because why would you have these extra slots? Well, they are. They're coming out with some more skin tones, because when I was looking in these, I thought they're beautiful colors, but they didn't have very many skin tones. But they are coming out with additional skin tones, some more grays, and some other colors, which I think is good. And they're going to be refillable. They're going to give you replacement ink, and I've already said going to let you be able to purchase the additional tips if these wear out. But these, so far, I'm really liking them. But let's go ahead and start the swatches. But you can just see how much more convenient this is for your markers. Now let's take a look at the markers themselves. And I went ahead and put mine in the order that I thought that I would want to swatch them. And you do get a blender marker with them as well, okay? But let's take a look at these markers. Okay, I'll just get this peach one out right here. Now, you will notice on these markers that, like I said, they're double-ended. You have your nice big chisel tip right here, okay? And then you have your little nib over here that's like a bullet nib. It's a fine point is what it really is, okay? Now, what I like is at the top it says it has the color of the marker, which I love, and it has the name. The only thing I wish the name, it says peach, and then it has the number. I wish the name was written the size of the number and the number was smaller, because I typically just go to look for something by the name, not the number. Now, I also like the fact that these fit in your hand really nicely. You can see my index finger is right there and here. And when you lay them down, I mean, they'll roll a little bit, but they're not going to be rolling off of your table. That's another thing that I really like. And then I like this feature a lot, because if you just know you want the chisel tip, all you have to remember is it doesn't have a band through here. This really fine little nib here has this same color that is in the marker, like it's on the tip. It contains that right there. So you know this end is always going to be your fine end. So I think that is very convenient. You're not trying to say, oh, which end is it? And yes, they have the pictures, but this makes it so much easier, okay? So let's go ahead. Now, like I said, you have, they have 59 markers and then one blender marker, which gives you a total of 60 markers, okay? So let's go ahead and start swatching these. I've gone ahead and written it down what they are, and I'm going to zoom in closer. So what we're going to do, and they recommend that you use marker paper. I just have some cardstock, and I don't think it's very thick cardstock. It's round, like I think a, I don't know, maybe like an 80 cardstock, and it bleeds through somewhat, but I just have this little placemat that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, and I cut it to fit inside of one of my coloring books, so I'm going to put it back here, okay? Okay, so let's start swatching these, okay? The first one is Pale Peach, and you can see it says Pale Peach, and it has the color and then the color right here, okay? So let's put this down. These are just so juicy. You really don't have to press down hard, and you really shouldn't, because you could damage your ends. But that's a really pretty color. That's why I was saying that would be beautiful for a skin tone. Then we have Peach. And I think that would be beautiful. And I'm glad that they're adding more skin tone colors in. That was one of my thoughts when I saw that, like I said, that they really should add more. Okay, now this is Apricot. But I believe these markers are relatively new, and I think they've really done a good job. And I like how when you put the top on, you can hear it snap, click. I think that is really good, okay? And then our next color is the Bubble Bath Pink. That's a cute name. And you can just see how juicy they are. And listen to this. I mean, you can hear it snap. You know my marker's lid is on very nicely. Okay, and then Blush Pink. That's a cute. I started to say that they were the same color, but they're not. The Blush Pink is deeper. So that is good. And then the Watermelon Pink. That is pretty. That almost looks a little coral to me, I think. But I really like that. And then we have Neon Pink. But these markers are really affordable because they're $69.99. This is Fuchsia. And the Copic markers and the Prismacolor markers, a lot of those markers are really expensive. So I think these are, you get a lot for the amount that you're paying, I think. Okay, and then we have Hot Pink. And I wasn't paying attention. See how this has that little color there, and it's on the same end as the colored tip, so you know that's the small nib. I really like that feature. And so far their names are pretty true to the collar. Except that one, to me, the watermelon pink still looks a little coral. Okay, then there's Lilac. And the color, you can see here the color of the tip and the color of that is pretty much on spot for that one. And for a lot of them, most of them really, I think they did a good job. Okay, then this is Periwinkle. And I put it in with my purples. And then we have Lavender. And I skipped a spot. Even when I thought I was being so careful, I skipped it. Okay, and then the next one we have is Violet. Oh, that's rich. I love how that snaps that lid. You don't have to worry. Okay, and then this one is Royal Purple. And that is definitely a royal purple. Okay, then this one is Arctic Blue. Okay. Oh, that's a gorgeous blue. That looks like the Caribbean, or even our beaches along the Gulf Coast. The water gets that blue sometimes. And then we have Sky Blue. I love that color blue. They really have some nice colors in here that you could do a lot with. Okay, and then we have Carolina Blue. That's an interesting name. That's pretty too. And then we have Cerulean Blue. Let's just see if it's bleeding through any. Now you see it is, but it didn't come onto this. And like I said, I think this is like 80-pound cardstock. So if you had the right paper, that would be good. But this is even really good like this. So I like that. Okay, and then our next one is Aegean Blue. I guess this is like the Aegean Sea. Ooh, it's really deep. So pretty. I love blues, but pinks and purples are my favorite, but this has some really nice blues. Okay, and then Sapphire Blue. That is nice. And my Conus Blue. That's almost like a royal blue. And then we have Denim Blue. That does look like some dark denim. And then we have Neon Yellow. And you can see, here's the color. And then right here's that band at this smaller nib. And it has it on both ends too. I just noticed that. but this line is only at the smaller nibs end. They really did think of a lot. Okay, and then, so we have this one done. So this is what all these look like so far. Let me zoom out so you can see. That's what all these look like so far. I think they have a wide variety of colors. They don't have that many pinks though. But like I said, they're going to be bringing in more colors. But they do have enough pinks that you could definitely do whatever you wanted to with it. Okay, let's zoom back in. Now this is Sapphire Yellow. And I like how one swipe and the color has been laid down nicely. I like that. You don't have to keep going over. Okay, and then this is Tuscan Sun. That's a pretty name. Let's see what that looks like. It's a lot warmer than the Sapphire Yellow. And then we have Bumble Bee Yellow. Let's see what that looks like. It is about the color of a bumblebee. That's cute. And then we have Sunflower Yellow. You could really draw a pretty sunflower with that. And then we have Jasmine Yellow. And these tops aren't really hard to get off. They're secure, but they're not to where you can't pull them off or put them back on. I like that too. Just notice that. Then we have Yellow Ocher. And yellow ochre is always an important color to have because when Mom does her oil painting, she always uses a lot of yellow ochre. Okay, then lime green. I'm anxious to see. Oh, that's pretty. That is about the color of a lime. That is cute. Okay, then we have pale green. So let's take a look at pale green. And you don't want to keep going over the same spot unless you're trying to deepen it because it will get deeper the more times you pass. That's why I'm just coming down like that. Okay, then we have pear green. That's a pretty color. And then we have green tea. That's definitely deeper than pear green. That's good. And then olive green. And to me, that definitely looks olive green. And then apple green. Now they do have a lot of selection of greens. I've noticed that, which is good. Okay, and then I put by turquoise because it sort of seemed like it might be, well, it is a blue-green. But you could use that. I think you could put your turquoise with your blues or your greens. I just went ahead and put it with my greens. Okay, and then we have Cactus Green. anxious to see what that looks like. Oh, that's deep. That's pretty. All right, then we have pine green. Now, this almost looked blue, but let's see the tip. Let's see what it... It's definitely a bluish green, I think, the pine green. So that definitely could go with your blues, but it also goes nicely with the greens. Now with this one, well, the tip did, I think this tip appears a little bluer than the swatch. This is the only one I've found so far that's not pretty much dead on for the collar. Then here's teal. So let's look at this. But I love their collars. Give you a wide variety, and I'm glad they're adding colors. It'll be totally awesome. Okay, then there's forest green. That is definitely forest green. You can see how pretty all these colors are looking together. Okay, and then we have jungle green. That is a very deep green. And then we have coral. So let's take a look at this. Oh, that's a pretty coral collar. Now that one, see, the watermelon pink and the coral would probably go together nicely. The watermelon pink and the coral. Okay, that's pretty. All right, then we have pumpkin orange. I love fall. Oh, that definitely looks like a pumpkin orange color. But let's see, vermilion. That is pretty too. But I see something, since we were talking about pumpkins, if you were wanting to make like a pumpkin, I mean, this pumpkin orange is good, and you could come in with some vermilion because it is a little darker, and you could probably incorporate some browns, but I think they need another color in the orange. I don't think they have enough oranges, but like I said, they're bringing out some new colors soon to add to this, so I'm happy about that. Okay, and then we have tomato red. Oh, that is definitely a tomato red. And then rose red. That looks just like my red roses I have out in my yard. And then we have crimson red. That's pretty. Okay. And then we're almost done with the swatches, and then I thought I would show you how they blend, because you might be wondering how they would blend. Okay, now we have ruby red is next. Get this so that it doesn't interfere with my lighting. It's been so rainy today. Okay. Then we have wine red. Now these two colors look an awful lot alike. This, the wine red, looks like it has a little bit more brown in it than the ruby. I think they could make these a little different, or I think ruby red needs to be a little bit, but rubies are a deep red. Maybe I think with the ruby red they need to punch it up just a little bit more red, but they're both pretty colors, but I don't necessarily, I mean, if you were coloring with this, I think those two colors would be hard to tell apart. Okay, and then we have, just use that one. Okay, then we have Burgundy. It's definitely a burgundy. Yeah, because even after these have dried, these are so similar. I do think the ruby red needs to be more red, okay? And then sienna brown. That's a pretty brown. Okay, and then hazelnut. That's pretty. And then dark chocolate brown. But now these are the only color browns that they have, so I think, I hope, I don't know, I hope they come out with like a tan, because sienna brown, you always need a sienna brown. Hazelnut brown is a good like mid-tone, you know, a little darker, and dark chocolate brown is good. But I think they need a tan or creams, tan, something like that. Maybe a cream and a tan that you could blend in with that. But like I said, they're coming out with colors, and I don't know what all that's going to be. Then they have Glacier Blue. And this is beautiful. That would be pretty. I put it in with my grays because you can see it looks really kind of gray. But you could also put that in with some blues. That is very nice. And then sage green, but to me my cap looked blue. But it definitely has that greenish tint, but it definitely, you could use it with your greens or your blues. Okay, and then we have fog gray. That definitely is like a foggy, cloudy day, about like it is here today. It's been raining so much. Then we have cloudy gray. Oh, that's pretty and deep. But you can really see the green in that. So you could definitely use the sage green with the green or the grays. Then we have koala gray. That's pretty, very deep. And then our last one is noir or black. And that is a rich, rich black. So they did a good job with their blacks, okay? So let me zoom this out and we will take a look at all our colors, and then we'll blend them and see what we think. Now, I really have not tried to blend any of these, but you can see, I mean, look at these colors. They're really nice. I just skipped here. I got messed up. But look at those colors. They have a large amount of colors. I really do like these. So if you're looking for an affordable marker set that even has a case, which is such a plus, then this might be the marker set for you. I really like them. But like I said, I think they definitely need some more browns. But like I said, they are coming out with new colors. They're going to definitely bring out some gray tones, skin tones, and a larger multicolor pack soon. So I'm hoping that they'll put tans and creams out. And then this ruby red and that wine red, to me, are so close. I think ruby red needs to be a little more red. And we've already said that they're bringing out the skin tones, so that really isn't an issue, because the pale peach, the peach, and the apricot are nice, but you do need more colors. And the fact that the markers are going to be refillable and they're going to offer the inks and the tips soon, I think that is wonderful. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how these blend. I've gone ahead and written down some colors that I thought might be pretty to blend out just by looking at the little caps when I had them. So we will look and see what we think, okay? So first would be pale peach, peach, and apricot, okay? So let me get that. Get these out. Oh, my weather radio is going off. We're under a tornado watch. Okay, so let's see what happens if we put pale peach, peach. I'm not paying attention to my ends. And apricot together. That's pretty. That gives a really pretty blend. Now, I haven't tried the blender marker. Let's see. Let's just put this blender marker down all over and then see what happens if we try to blend with that, because I'm very curious as to what that would do. So now we've got our pale peach. Okay, then we would do our peach again. Hope you can see. Do our peach again. Okay, and then we would do our apricot. So, with that blender marker, it does, I don't know if you can tell, it sort of blends those together, right together, a lot better than they did up here. Now, of course, I'm very new to blending, but I think that would be a beautiful blend if you did it that way. Then let's see, we'll try Bubble Bath Pink, Blush Pink, and Fuchsia. So let's see, Bubble Bath Pink, Blush Pink, and Fuchsia. I think it's better if you do it like this. It was my technique, okay? And you can see how that looks. I think that's a pretty blend. And then if we use the Blush Pink, and then Hot Pink, let me find my, oh here, Hot Pink, okay. All right, and then Fuchsia, let's see what that looks like. Those are pretty colors together as well. Okay, then let's look at Lilac. All right, then Periwinkle. Oh, that's pretty. And then Lavender. That's what you need to do. You have to sort of overlap them to get the good blend. I wasn't doing it right up there. So this is a learning experience. This is good. All right, and then put some violet on top of that. Let me find my, because I have them all out here now. They're not in the, I'm taking them out of my container, not putting them back in. You have to overlap them slightly. That's pretty. Then have Lilac. Periwinkle. And violet. See what that would look like. You can see where this lilac and periwinkle really went in together. And the lilac, periwinkle, and lavender really went in together, okay? Then let's see what lilac. I'm just having fun playing with my markers. Lilac, periwinkle, violet, and fuchsia. It may just be two. Oh, they're definitely separate colors. All right, let's look at Arctic Blue. Such a pretty blue. And then Sky Blue. You definitely want colors. You can see what happens if you put the right colors together. They blend nicely. This lilac, periwinkle, and lavender, great. And if I had done these better, they would have blended wonderfully, and so would have those. You can see how that's blending. And then Carolina Blue. Let's see. That's pretty. So you can just keep playing and playing with these. But so this won't be so long. I'm just going, well, I could go ahead and go to some yellows and let you see how they do. Sapphire Yellow. Let's see what that looks like. Sapphire Yellow. Tuscan Sun. And Bumble Bee Yellow. See, if you choose the right ones to go together, see how well they blend. They really blend nicely if you choose the right ones. Okay, let's look at Lime Green, because I don't want this video to be really long. Let's look at Lime Green, Pale Green, and Apple Green. See how they turn out. Oh, see, that's a beautiful swatch. I hope you can, let me zoom in. I hope you can see that. That really is pretty. Okay, and then let's do our grays. And then we'll call this a done. Fog gray, cloudy gray. And koala gray. Those are pretty blended together as well. I really like that. I'm going to try one thing with the blender and see what happens if you put color down and then you take that, I'm going to do my grays I just had. I'm going to do cloudy gray. Well, yeah, I'm going to do cloudy gray. Then I'm going to do koala gray. I can figure out where I put my koala. Okay, my koala gray. And then let's see what happens if we throw black in the mixture. Okay, now let's take our blender. Where's my blender? And it says blender on it. Let's see what happens if we take this blender and just sort of go over this. That gives such a pretty effect. Let me show you this. Do you see how that blended that together? So the cloudy gray and the koala gray really blended in together. I wonder if I could go up to these that I've already done and do something. Like to this fog gray, cloudy gray, and koala. See how that just sort of blends that in, but almost gives it a blurry effect. That's really nice. So let's go over what I think, but I'm sure you probably already know what I think of the markers. I really do love them. I wouldn't tell you that if I didn't. I like all the colors that they have. I would like some more pinks, but like I said, they are coming out with some more colors. I think they need some more oranges, like a darker and a lighter. And then I've already said that this ruby red, I think it needs to be brighter. I would like to see a tan or a cream, but like I said, this is just new for them, and I think they really did a great job. I love the colors that they did give us, and I love how juicy the markers are, and that you can determine which tip is by just looking. And I like that they are double-ended. I like that it's very secure. I love the case. And I think these are very affordable markers. So I personally love these markers. So if you're looking for some markers, maybe these would be for you. I'm going to put a link in the description box below where you can get 10% off if you want to purchase these markers. And it's good, I think through July something. I'll have all that information in the description box below. I should have my affiliate link down in there. You don't have to use my affiliate link to purchase the markers. I would appreciate it if you did. It helps me out a lot. But I'm having some problems getting the link to work correctly. So if my affiliate link isn't there, I'm working on it. But you can still purchase the markers. But I do love these. I think that Arteza did an excellent job. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye guys.